Hello there guys, Shannon here, and I am back for the 1 year special with 10 facts you may not know about me. I thought this would be just a little fun idea. I'm not that interesting of a person, but it seemed like a fun idea when I was thinking it over, so I'm going to do it. The first thing you may not know about me is when I was younger I moved round a lot as a child. I mean, by the age of 4, I had lived in a few different countries. I originally lived in Wales, then I moved and I lived in Ireland for a while. Then I moved to London, down there in England. Then after that, I moved to Germany for a little bit, until I eventually moved back to where I currently was in Lichfield, which is near Birmingham, and then I've recently moved again. The interesting thing about that is when I moved from Wales to Ireland to London to Germany to Lichfield, that was all before I was 4 years old. So that's just a little fun fact. The second fact about me is I am an ex-army child. For those of you who may not know what that is, an ex-army child is where one of my parents was basically in the army but isn't anymore. I'm not going to go too much into detail for now on the main reason. Basically, my father got kicked out of the army. We're not on speaking terms really anymore, but he got kicked out for certain things. So I spent most of my life growing up on army barracks, and it was interesting. I think the most annoying thing was when you got like firing squads and you could hear them down in the ranges, and that would wake you up in the fucking morning. That was annoying. Just sleep. Fuckers! Trying to sleep here. So yeah, that was a little thing about me. The third fact you may not know about me is I'm actually incredibly fucking small. I am actually the smallest boy in my year. And it's not fun. I think there were 2 girls who were smaller than me. Then there was like 17 girls taller than me, and then the next boy. I am like 5'6", 5'7". I am really fucking small. It is unreal. And yes, I have had, you can call me whatever the hell you like, Oompa Loompa, midget, I really don't care, I've been called them all. So yeah, I am incredibly small, I really am. The fourth fact you may not know about me is I am double jointed, but only in my fingers and one thumb. It's pretty weird. I can make it look like my finger's actually waving, which is weird. I mean, got like the bottom 2 parts would stay normal, and then the top part will just sort of bend on its own if I want it to. It's really weird, and it grosses a lot of people out. And my thumb, my left thumb to be exact, I can just bend it straight back. It's really creepy. I don't know why I can do it, I just can. Can't do it with my right thumb, which bugs the hell out of me. Bugs, it really does. The fifth fact you may not know about me is I went to a specialist school. They called it a specialist school, but it's a normal school, but they specialised in science and languages. That's what they specialised in. The ironic thing about this is my year failed science and languages, which we thought was hilarious that a specialist school failed on its specialist subjects. We were a terrible year. We really were. I hated French. Oh, god damn. The sixth fact you may not know about me is I'm currently an only child, but I wasn't always. I did have a brother, but I never really knew him, I guess. I was 1 at the time when my mum was having my brother, but unfortunately he was born too early, so he wasn't fully formed, and he was born dead. So I really this is going to be really horrible to say, but I really don't feel an emotional attachment. I don't know if that's because I never actually met him or anything. Because I didn't even find out. I never found this out until I was about 8 years old. I found out about this. I mean, I would love to have had a brother. I really would have. I think I'd have been a great brother. But I don't know. It's a difficult one. The other thing I also have is a stepsister who I have never met, and I don't know if I ever will. It's really just finding the confidence to go and actually meet her. Because her name is Rhiannon, which is unbelievably close to my name. I don't know. Part of me thinks she would resent me because I got the father who she could think is like the greatest father in the world, even though I know otherwise. He's an asshole. If you can't tell, I hate my father. More on that probably another time. I'm not going to get into that for things he's done. But yeah, I'm just not too sure about it. The sixth thing you may not know about me is when I was in secondary school, for all of those in like America, that's high school. I received a cervical vaccination form due to the fact of my name being called Shannon. For those of you who don't know what a cervical vaccination form is, it's basically only for the other gender. Yeah. That was annoying. Due to the fact I had a female name, apparently it's female in England, even though it seems everywhere else I freaking say it's not a female name, it's unreal. But in England it's a female name, and apparently the school couldn't identify that I wasn't a female and sent me 6 reminders to go to the damn thing. My tutor actually tried to convince me to go to see the looks on their faces when I actually turned up. I didn't actually go, but god damn, it would have been a sight. Why the hell would you send 6 reminders? Surely after 1 or 2 you would have realised I'm not even the right gender for the fucking vaccination. Oh my god. The 7th fact you may not... 7th? Is it? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 8th fact you may not... God, I'm losing track. The 8th fact you may not know about me is I once got detention for doing what the teacher told me to do. The story behind this is my mum and dad were going through a divorce at the time. Nothing too problematic, just, you know, you get up, you fuck off, we'll be happier. But the thing is, at the time, I didn't fully understand, I guess, what was going on, and I had a word with my teachers at the time, because it was like the day before I got told. And my teacher went, it's okay, you don't have to do the homework, it's fine. I go in the next day and she's like, why haven't you done your homework? I was like, you told me not to. And then I got a detention for it. I got a detention for actually doing what my teacher told me to do. She told me not to do the homework, I didn't do it. And then I got detention for it. It never made sense to me. Fucking bitch. So yeah, that happened to me, which was that was a very random experience. The 9th fact you may not know about me is the name Shannon I got when I was living in Ireland. At the time I was told that I was named after the River Shannon because the barracks that we were currently living in was by the River Shannon. Later on we found out otherwise. Along the River Shannon there was a pub called Shannon. And that's what I was apparently named after. We just didn't realise it, me and my mum. Because unfortunately my dad named me and he used the river as an excuse when he actually got the name from a pub. So yeah, thanks Dad, you bastard. And the 10th and final fact you may not know about me is a few of the pets I've had over the years. Where do I start with this one? I guess the first pet I had was a parrot, which I had apparently. I was too young to remember having this parrot, but my mum loves talking about it because apparently it was one hell of a funny animal. Basically, the long story short about why I had to get rid of it was because whenever I came home, I'd watch TV, and my mum used to come in and see my head sort of like bouncing to the left, because apparently the parrot didn't like me very much and used to pick up its bird seeds and fire them at me when I was watching the television. So all you could see was like little pellets just bouncing off my head when watching telly. I didn't give a shit, apparently. I was just happily sitting there letting it happen. But eventually they got rid of the bird because it was pretty hostile, apparently, against me for some reason. The second pet I had were two goldfish, one named Bob and one named Trixie. Trixie was just like an ordinary goldfish, but Bob was one fat motherfucker. Sorry about all the language. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I'm just really in a swearing mood. I don't know what it is. But it was unfortunate how... Unfortunately, if you don't want to hear anything too gory, I would suggest you just not listen for about a minute or two. I don't know. Not too sure. I'm just going to... Because unfortunately, they died. Bob got overfed by my dad, again. He sort of seems to be always the cause of everything fucking wrong in my life. But yes, he overfed him, which doesn't sound too bad until we came home and found out that he exploded. I know. Came home and he was literally in like two halves. He literally had... due to the fact that my dad overfed him that much. The really twisted part about this is how my other goldfish, Trixie, died. She died from eating the remains. She ate a bit of Bob and choked and died. Yeah, it was pretty fucking gruesome, to be honest. I'm gonna move on now. The next pet I had was actually a hamster. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking with a hamster, but I had a hamster. He was called Harry. Harry the hamster. Guarantee. I got the name from the internet, fucking Harry the hamster at the time. I was young. Give me a break. And Harry, he died from, well, my mum. In all fairness, I don't blame her for it. I think it was just it wasn't a situation that could be helped, in all fairness. Basically, in his old age of 2, he had gone practically blind. And when we went to go change him, he had no idea what was happening, and he pretty much attached himself to my mum's finger, teeth bared in, blood coming out. It was one hell of a sight. He wouldn't let go. Well, at the time, my mum panicked. I panicked. Didn't expect it to happen. She ended up swinging him, and he sort of let go and slammed against his cage. 2 days later, he died. Personally, I think it was from the impact and internal bleeding. But, yeah, he was a very weird animal. Although, to be fair, it was really funny seeing him stick just one little section of a dairy milk bar on one side of his mouth. That was fantastic to watch. How that didn't kill him. God. And my final pet was my dog. I loved him. He was called Scrappy. He was a Jack Russell mixed with a terrier, and I babied him too much. For a hunting dog, he was scared of everything, and I truly mean everything. There was a cat in the garden that hissed at him, and he would run round crying until we let him back in the house. When we took him down to the fields and he would see rabbits, he would run away from the rabbits rather than to them. And finally was when when he met Harry the hamster. Harry bit my dog, and Scrappy was then afraid of Harry the hamster. I couldn't believe it. The hamster had the balls to go bite my dog. Right on the nose. I felt so sorry for Scrappy. Oh, but it was a sight just seeing him cower away from a hamster. The smallest hamster in a fucking... Oh, I'm a fucking hunting dog. I love it. I fucking love it. Oh, I had Scrappy for since I was 4. I'm 19 now, but I had him since I was 4. Unfortunately, he did pass away about 3 years ago. During he passed away right after I finished secondary school and was about to go on to college. God, he was so good. Anyway, guys, that's 10 facts you may not have known about me. I hope you enjoyed them. It's just something I wanted to do. I know it won't get a lot of people's attention, but it's just something fun. Just something fun. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the 1 year special. Until then, goodbye!